Hello guys and welcome to a new Redstone video. This will probably be my last Redstone video because I'm just not very good at Minecraft Redstone, but it's still something I really wanted to show you. As you see, it's a very large Minecraft screen. It's something I built a couple of years ago, but at the time I didn't really have the time to make a video about it. And it's really just a more complex version of the standard Redstone matrix I showed you some time ago. So I recommend first watching the Redstone matrix video. There will be a link in the description and an annotation on the screen. Should be an annotation on the screen right now. And then you can understand better what happens here behind the screen. So let me first show you what this thing can do. As you see, I've got 4 pictures, the rest I haven't programmed yet, that you can activate on the screen. As you see, creeper face. You could also invert it, by the way. I just thought about it. As you see, Minecraft really doesn't like it. It really lags. But that's just because all of the glowstone lamps and redstone stuff that has to change. It's just something you can't really evade. It just happens. And this is the last one I've got. Horizontal line pattern. And that's it so far. So you can do anything you want on the screen actually. You can place any picture you want. You can make it bigger if you wanted to. You could also even make a video out of it by running a sort of redstone timer around a couple of pictures. But that's just something for you, some redstone inspiration, something you can do in Minecraft. Now let me explain you how this works. A redstone matrix is just a simple way to combine certain inputs with certain outputs. In this case, I want to combine these inputs, so inputs to make a different kind of picture, to the outputs of all the pixels. This screen, this is 16 in width and 9 in height of pixels, so the same aspect ratio as a normal monitor. I just thought it would be nice to do that. And the pixels are 2 by 2 redstone lamps, because otherwise they are not really possible or very hard to control. So in this case I very clearly laid everything out with colors, and every one of these lines is one input which represents one picture. So let's just see what happens. This is the first line. This is the creeper face. If I activate it, as you see, there's a signal going all the way here. And this is where the information is stored, in this particular place. All you see here are just lines going from every pixel, so it should be 144 lines, 16 in width and 9 in height, going to where the information is stored. All these lines are going into the pixels, and this is just a simple way to control the pixels without spreading to the other pixels. You don't really have to think about that. You can easily find it on the internet. So, what happens here is what happens in a normal redstone matrix. As you see, I've got a line going beneath it, which controls these redstone torches. These redstone torches control what happens on these lines. So, I can say I want to have only this line activated when I click the lever. If I want to do that, I can place only one redstone torch here and the rest not. So then you programmed a certain thing for a certain input, certain output for a certain input, and that output would be only this pixel, the pixel on the right down corner. Now, the only thing I've done with this that's different from the redstone matrix I showed you in the video some time ago is that I stacked it up. So this signal goes into the first row, but also I stacked it up with slabs. And then I made a second row, as you see here. So this is of the second row of pixels, this is of the third, and this is of the fourth. And beneath everyone is one of these redstone torch lines, with which I can program what those pixels will show me. And then the next thing I did was, I used World Editor by the way, because otherwise it would take so very long to do this, was copy this whole thing and copied it into here. And then I had an output for the next input. So if I then flicked the next lever, there would also be a creeper face. And then I thought, okay, I want to make, what was it? Full on. So I placed torches on every block. And the third one was a checker pattern. You can see this because on this one there's a torch, there's not a torch here, there is a torch here. And if you go one up, there isn't a torch above where there is a torch. So that's very simple, simply a checker pattern. And the same is for everything. So after the first 4, everything is just creeper phase. So that's why I'm not really showing you those. I didn't have the time to program it all, and I didn't really want to anymore. But that's really how it works. And from the other side you can see it even more easily. Every one of those lines that are sticking out towards us are pixels, are representing pixels. So if one of those lines is activated, the pixel will be activated too. If one of those lines is deactivated, the pixel will be deactivated too. So as you see, you can probably see it relatively easy on here. Let me put my cursor in here. You see that this black thing is one picture, and you see there's a blue thing behind that, that's also one picture. They're both the same because I just copied them with World Edit and I didn't fill them in, but they're both creeper faces. As you can see, these are 3 pixels on top of each other, and let's see, what is it, 3 wide I think, or 2 wide. These are the eyes of the creeper, this is the nose of the creeper, and this is that mouth thingy of the creeper, and the rest is all on. And that's how you can easily see what happens here. So it's just a representation of the pixels in a way of that you can easily program different inputs into it. So I really recommend watching the Matrix video, and then it should be very easy to understand how you make something like this. So I hope I gave some inspiration to you for building with Redstone and programming stuff. So because you can actually program in a very basic way in Minecraft, which I think is very nice. I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. So, bye!